Okay, what we're going to do, before we get into any of the intricacies of why we're doing this, I do want everyone to understand the basics of vortex math, which is the baseline of Tesla's 369 that we've all heard of. The secrets to the universe are 369. Well, that sounds great, but why? Well, let's start with where he came up with this. And this is the source of alternating currents, a lot of the symbolism we see out there that contains power, a lot of the emblems you see, a lot of them originating from the same countries and the same regions. So without getting too far into that, this is going to be the palette of vortex math. This is the pulse and the energy of the universe. Okay, so we're going to start with just a straight circle. Now, at the top is always a 9. Then you have, basically we go around until we hit 9 again. So 1, 8, and then 4. I do it this way because it's a little easier to keep it. It's real intuitive to want to do it like a clock. Now, as you look at these numbers, you have 9 at the top, and as you go around, you're going to see that we're going to find our path here. 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 2 is 4, 4 plus 4 is 8. When you add a number together, then it gets more than 10, it gets 2 digits, you add those numbers together. 8 plus 8 is 16, which the 1 and the 6 equals 7. 7 plus 7 equals 14, so that equals 5. 1 plus 4 equals 5. Notice there's nothing down here. This is the no man's land. So we're just going to start with making this, and just get used to seeing this pattern here because you see it everywhere. And you don't even notice it. So we'll start with 1. 1 plus 1 equals 2. So we're going to connect just a straight line here. 1 plus 1 equals 2. So 2 plus 2 equals 4. Now what you're going to notice is 3, 6, and 9 don't interact with these, but these constantly interact with each other, all the other numbers do, without ever interacting with 3, 6, and 9. 4 plus 4 equals 8. Okay, 8 plus 8 equals 16. Which 1 plus 6 equals 7. So 7 plus 7 equals 14, which is 5. 5 plus 5 equals 10, 1 plus 0 equals 1. So we have this pattern here, which doesn't look all that familiar on its own, but as we get to this, you're going to see why this pattern is everything. So then you got 3 and 6 and 9. Both 3 and 6 interact with 9 and each other. The way we're doing this, if you think 1 plus 1 equals 2 plus 4, and it kind of goes around in this pattern. And you can go do this forever in any multiples of the actual numbers. So if you keep going, and going and going. And actually, you can divide, and it still does the same thing. I'll explain that in a second. But if you go 3 plus 3 equals 6. Okay? So start with the 3 equals 6. 6 plus 6 equals 12. 1 plus 2 equals 3. Boom. So you got 3 going this way to 6, and do it again. And so 12 plus 12, after you get back here, equals 24. 4 plus 2 equals 6. 24 is 48. 4 plus 8, so you're back to 3 again. Now, 9 always resolves with itself. So if you multiply 3 and multiply 6, you're always going to get to 9. So 3 times 3 equals 9. 9 times 9, 81 equals 9. 1 plus 8. 3 times 3 equals 9. 6 times 6 36 equals 9. You never get back to 6 no matter what you do after that. So 9 plus 9, 18. 1 plus 8 equals 9. 27, 36. 9 never leaves its 9. So 9 is basically omnipresent. And the way it kind of works is 3, 6, and 9, there's kind of a trinity here. 3 and 6 work in tandem, and 9 dictates everything. 9 is totally independent of anything. Anything that comes into 9 in any math style at all that's repetitive never leaves 9, and 9 never interacts with any of these, and neither do these. So as you get into this stuff, you get this pattern, and you can go into any of these numbers. A plus 8 equals 16, and it just keeps going. Now 8 times 8 is what, 64? And you're going to start going back and forth with these. So there's a lot of things we'll get into, but another interesting thing with 9 that's self-resolving, 9 times 2 equals 18, or you can go down. You can go 9 times 0.5, or 9 divided by 2 equals 4.5 equals 9. Okay, 4.5 divided by 2 is what? 2.25. So 2.25, 2 plus 2 equals 4, plus 5 equals 9. So either way you go, up or down, it resolves to itself. These resolve to the following number here. So this is what the actual direction of the pattern goes. But the main thing I want you to remember is this here. These are so important, even as the way we figure out the seasons and the time zones and stuff like that. It all has to do with this. So when I say the secrets of the universe, it's the way we figured it out. And the biggest question is, did we come up with math to fit our universe, or is this the blueprint to our universe? And as we get going, you're going to see things like symbolism. So you got your Freemason. I'm not going to get too far into this, but you see something like this with the all-seeing eye up here. It's going to look a lot like that when you start taking things away. Like this. Or we're doing boom, 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 boom. This is actually the Volkswagen logo from Germany, okay? This is actually also, if you do this here, you start getting into different types of logos and even gets into the swastika and stuff like that. Not super important right now, but the main thing is I want you to think about 1 plus 1 equals 2. Practice making this pattern here. And each one of these are different energy fields. And it seems kind of hocus pocus, but as you start to really look at it, there's so many things in our that we base everything on, and it's not what they taught us in school. So it's a really interesting thing to look at. It's called vortex math. There's two. There's one that is the triangle, and that's your trinity, that do not interact, but it's going to look like this. It's almost like a butterfly, but it's not totally. Think about this, and there's some speculation on where the energy fields are in the earth, where they place the pyramids. There's so much, and as you look at it, you'll never be able to not see it. So pyramids we see a lot of, and if you think about a pyramid, it's 4 corners that have sides like this, and you see things like logos that coincide with that turn into the swastika, that turn into the BMW logo. Germany is a big player in this, and I don't know why, but we're going to figure that out as we go. So this is what I want you to be looking at, along with 3, 6, 9. So you got your triangle, and you have your stable power, and this just is constant. This is where AC currents come from, and they alternate because they go backwards the same way too. So anyway, we will get into a little bit more as we go forward, and my name is Trey Clark. This is Vortex Math, and we're going to start out trying to figure out the stuff together. There's a lot to learn. So cheers, guys.